Welcome to another deep dive, and this one is going to be explosive. We're going to be looking at the history of fireworks.
Wow.
You've provided us with some great excerpts from the history of fireworks,
Yes.
chapters 1, 3, 4, and 5.
It's going to be an interesting journey.
Yeah, uncovering the surprising facts and stories
Mhm.
behind these dazzling displays.
Yeah, fireworks have captivated us for centuries,
Yeah.
symbolizing celebrations and spectacle.
Yeah.
But their origins are actually quite different. Let's rewind all the way back to 10th century China,
Okay.
where fireworks were initially developed for military purposes.
Military purposes. That's not really what comes to mind when I think of fireworks.
Right.
So how did they make that transition from battlefield tools to, the displays we see today?
It was a gradual process, a kind of cultural alchemy, you could say.
Okay.
So those early fireworks were primarily used to intimidate enemies and signal troop movements.
Uh-huh.
But over time, they started to creep into celebrations and festivals.
Okay. Adding an element of awe and excitement.
It's almost like they were repurposed.
Right.
Something originally designed for war
Mhm.
and transformed into a symbol of joy and festivity.
Exactly.
Yeah, and where it mentions this really captivating story, it might be more legend than fact,
Right.
about a Chinese official named Wan Hu, who apparently tried to launch himself into the sky using a chair powered by 47 rockets.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading about that. That's a great story.
Yeah.
And while the details are likely embellished,
Okay.
the story kind of highlights this early fascination with fireworks
Yeah.
and their potential for flight. This enduring human desire to defy gravity,
Right.
to reach for the stars. It's something that resonates even to this day.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like fireworks have always held this promise of something magical, something that kind of transcends the ordinary.
Yes.
Yeah. But let's get back to the technical side for a moment.
Okay.
Early gunpowder recipes were quite different from what we use today.
Right.
Absolutely. Early gunpowder contained less saltpeter, also known as potassium nitrate. It's the key ingredient that provides oxygen for the combustion process.
Right.
So this low nitrate gunpowder was actually really crucial
Okay.
for the development of rockets because the full strength mixture would have just shattered those early casings.
Oh, so those early fireworks were less about explosive power and more about
Yeah.
controlled
So-
propulsion.
Precisely, harnessing that energy of the
Yeah.
gunpowder to create movement and visual effects.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where he describes this amazing celebration in 1628 for the birth of the future King Charles II,
Oh, wow.
where they staged like a mock naval battle on the River Thames, complete with fireworks shooting from boats.
That's a fantastic example of how fireworks were becoming increasingly integrated into entertainment.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about the spectacle itself.
Okay.
These early displays often incorporated these elaborate allegories and symbolism designed to convey specific messages to the audience.
So they weren't just pretty lights. They were like
Right.
fiery political cartoons, sending messages through their choreography and imagery.
Exactly. Visual storytelling.
Wow.
Using fireworks to communicate ideas and narratives to the crowd.
Yeah, that adds a whole new layer of complexity and intrigue to these early displays.
Right.
It makes you wonder what messages they were actually trying to convey and how the audience interpreted them.
Yeah.
But speaking of a visual impact, when did those vibrant colors we associate with fireworks, when did those come into play?
So the 18th century marked a turning point
Okay.
with the introduction of potassium chlorate.
Okay.
Now, this chemical compound revolutionized fireworks by enabling the creation of those vivid colors that we see today.
I never realized how much chemistry goes into creating those colors.
Yeah.
But where it points out that this innovation wasn't without its risks.
Yeah, that's right. The combination of potassium chlorate and sulfur in those firework mixtures led to numerous accidents.
Wow.
So unfortunately, this kind of forced manufacturers to develop safer alternatives
All right.
to prevent these mishaps.
So like many innovations, there was a period of trial and error.
Of course.
This balancing act between achieving those dazzling effects and ensuring safety.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate the advancements that have been made over the centuries to make fireworks both spectacular and safer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The pursuit of both beauty and safety has been a constant theme
Right.
throughout the history of fireworks.
All right, well, now that we've set the stage with those early fireworks,
Right.
let's fast forward a bit and explore how those displays evolved from simple rockets
Yeah.
to the elaborate electronically controlled extravaganzas that we see today.
Right. The evolution is truly remarkable. So those early fireworks were often part of the entertainment in those 18th century pleasure gardens in London. And these gardens were like forerunners to modern theme parks.
Right.
They were offering this mix of entertainment that included these elaborate firework displays.
Oh, basically Disneyland with gunpowder and tightrope walkers.
Exactly. Places that aim to create the sense of wonder and spectacle.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, where it describes these incredible stunts, like tightrope walkers descending from high masts amidst exploding rockets.
Wow.
It must have been quite a sight to behold.
It boggles the mind to imagine those early audiences watching these displays unfold.
Yeah.
They must have been just absolutely captivated.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can't talk about fireworks without mentioning one of the most famous historical events associated with them.
Right.
Guy Fawkes and the Gunpowder Plot of 1605.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Gunpowder Plot,
Right.
an attempt to blow up the Houses of Parliament in England, inadvertently gave rise to this tradition of Guy Fawkes Night, a celebration that continues to this day.
And it's not just a British thing, is it?
No, not at all.
Fireworks are celebrated globally.
Yeah.
They're woven into these diverse cultural and religious traditions around the world.
Absolutely. Where he gives us some fascinating examples.
Yeah.
You have the Sexaleiten in Zurich, where the burning of a snowman effigy marks the end of winter.
Huh?
You have the Yanshui Beehive Rocket Festival in Taiwan, where participants willingly brave a barrage of rockets to wash away their troubles and invite good luck. And then you have Las Fallas in Valencia, Spain, a festival renowned for its incredibly loud masclata displays, which are all about creating those rhythmic, percussive explosions.
So from warding off evil spirits to celebrating the arrival of spring,
Yeah,
fireworks play such diverse roles in different cultures.
they do.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how these traditions have evolved over time and how they continue to connect us to our shared human history.
It speaks to the universal appeal of fireworks, you know?
Yeah.
Their ability to transcend these cultural boundaries and evoke a sense of wonder and excitement across generations.
Yeah, but how have modern innovations shaped the future of fireworks?
Oh, that's a great question.
You know, I'm curious to explore how technology has influenced their development, both in terms of visual spectacle and safety.
Right.
Let's dive into that in the next part of our deep dive.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area to explore, from early gunpowder recipes to the introduction of key chemical compounds and the impact of electronics. We'll uncover all the innovations that shaped the fireworks that we know and love today.
Awesome. And I'll be on the lookout for those surprising anecdotes and quirky details that bring this story to life.
Yes, we'll find them.
Stay tuned.
Let's rewind back to those early gunpowder recipes.
Okay.
And delve a bit deeper into the science behind the boom.
Okay.
As we touched on earlier, the key ingredient is saltpeter, also known as potassium nitrate.
Right, saltpeter. It rings a bell from high school chemistry, but I admit my knowledge is a bit rusty.
Right.
What exactly makes it so crucial for fireworks?
Well, it all boils down to oxygen.
Okay.
Saltpeter is a powerful oxidizer, which means it readily releases oxygen.
Right.
And oxygen, as you might recall, is essential for combustion.
Right.
And in the case of fireworks, that combustion needs to happen rapidly and intensely to create that explosion.
So saltpeter is like the breath of life for fireworks.
Yes.
Providing that crucial burst of oxygen to fuel the fiery spectacle.
That's a great analogy.
But we mentioned earlier that those early gunpowder recipes had lower levels of saltpeter.
Right.
If saltpeter is what makes fireworks explode, wouldn't less of it mean less impressive displays?
That's a great question. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Those early fireworks were certainly less powerful than what we see today.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating is how those early pyrotechnicians compensated for that.
Okay.
They created stunning visual effects through sparklers,
fountains, and simple rockets that relied more on propulsion and intricate designs rather than sheer explosive force.
So it was less about the bang and more about the artistry of like movement and light.
Yeah.
It sounds like a completely different approach to fireworks.
It was.
One that kind of emphasizes finesse and visual storytelling over pure explosive power.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see how those early pleasure gardens were the perfect setting to showcase this kind of pyrotechnic artistry.
Precisely. Those gardens were designed to transport visitors to a world of wonder and imagination.
Yeah.
And fireworks played this crucial role in creating that atmosphere.
Right.
But as the technology evolved, so too did the possibilities for creating more elaborate and colorful displays.
Okay, that brings us to the 18th century and the introduction of potassium chlorate.
Right.
A game changer in the world of fireworks.
Yes.
It's what finally allowed pyrotechnicians to create those vibrant colors that paint the night sky, right?
Exactly. Potassium chlorate opened up this whole new spectrum of possibilities.
Okay, by adding different metal salts to the mixture,
Okay.
they could create specific colors. For example, strontium salts produce that brilliant red.
Okay.
Barium salts create a vibrant green.
Right.
And copper salts give you that striking blue.
So it's like a chemistry set gone wild
Yeah.
with pyrotechnicians
Mm-hmm.
as the artists carefully blending elements to create those breathtaking hues.
Yes, it's a very creative process.
But it's not just the colors, is it?
Right.
Fireworks also create those distinctive whistling and crackling sounds
Yeah,
that add another layer of excitement to the spectacle.
absolutely.
How do they achieve those audio effects?
Well, those sounds are the result of some clever pyrotechnic engineering.
Okay.
So whistling sounds are typically produced by adding compounds that burn rapidly and release gas, creating this resonating effect within the fireworks shell.
Uh-huh.
Think of it like a tiny whistle being propelled through the air.
So it's like a miniature rocket with a built-in whistle?
Yes, exactly.
That's ingenious.
Yeah.
And what about those crackling sounds?
So crackling sounds are created by adding ingredients like bismuth trioxide to the mixture.
Okay.
These compounds create a series of tiny, rapid explosions as the firework burns, resulting in that characteristic crackling sound.
It's incredible how much science and ingenuity goes into crafting those seemingly simple effects.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable.
But let's shift gears and talk about how those early manually lit displays evolved into the electronically controlled shows that we see today.
Right.
That shift must have been a major turning point in the world of fireworks.
Absolutely. The introduction of electrical firing systems in the late 19th century was a game changer.
Okay.
So instead of relying on handheld torches or slow-burning fuses, which could be dangerous and unpredictable, pyrotechnicians could now ignite fireworks with the flick of the switch.
So that allowed for like precise timing and synchronization.
Exactly. Opening up this whole new realm of possibilities.
Wow. Or creating complex and choreographed displays.
That makes sense. With electronic firing systems, they could finally achieve those perfectly timed bursts and patterns that create those awe-inspiring aerial displays.
It's like a symphony of light and sound, all orchestrated by technology.
It's a remarkable blend of science, engineering, and artistry.
It is.
And the technology continues to evolve, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Of course.
Today, sophisticated computer programs can design and control entire displays, synchronizing fireworks with music and creating these stunning three-dimensional effects that would have been unimaginable just a few decades ago.
That's true.
It's like fireworks have entered the digital age, becoming a fusion of traditional pyrotechnics and cutting-edge technology.
Yeah, a beautiful fusion.
But with all this technological advancement, I'm curious about the role of the pyrotechnicians themselves.
Sure. Where does the human element, the skill, and the craftsmanship come into play?
That's an important point.
Yeah.
While technology provides these incredible tools for creating spectacular displays, it's the pyrotechnicians who bring that vision and artistry to life.
Okay.
They're the ones who meticulously design the fireworks, carefully select the chemicals and ingredients, and painstakingly assemble the shells to create specific effects. You know, their expertise is essential to translating those creative ideas into those breathtaking displays.
So it's a true collaboration.
It is.
Between human ingenuity and technological innovation.
Yes.
And speaking of ingenuity, where it mentions the Italian girandola, it's an example of early elaborate firework displays. What exactly was the Girondola?
So the Girondola was this grand fireworks spectacle held annually in Rome from the 15th to the 19th centuries.
Wow.
It was a major event, attracting huge crowds who came to witness these incredible displays of light, sound, and pyrotechnic engineering.
Right.
You know, imagine elaborate structures erected specifically for the event, fireworks cascading from towers, and intricate patterns illuminating the night sky.
It sounds like the Super Bowl of fireworks.
It was.
A monumental display of pyrotechnic prowess.
Exactly.
Where it also talks about the rise of fireworks companies.
Yeah.
And the development of increasingly elaborate displays.
Right.
What were some of the key factors that drove this evolution?
Well, competition played a significant role.
Okay.
Fireworks companies like the Ruggieris in Italy and Brock's in England constantly pushed the boundaries of what was possible, striving to outdo each other and attract larger audiences.
Right.
So this competitive spirit fueled innovation, leading to the development of new techniques, effects, and ever more spectacular displays.
So it was a sort of pyrotechnic arms race with each company trying to create the most dazzling and innovative display to capture the public's imagination.
Exactly.
And speaking of captivating audiences, those 19th century pleasure gardens that we mentioned earlier, they sound like fascinating places.
They were.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what it was like to experience fireworks in those settings?
Yeah, imagine strolling through these gardens at night, the air filled with music, laughter, and the scent of gunpowder.
Right.
These gardens were designed to offer an escape from the everyday, a place where people from all walks of life could come together and be entertained.
Right.
And fireworks were a key part of that allure.
Yeah.
You know, transforming the night sky into this canvas for breathtaking artistry and spectacle.
It must have been truly magical to witness those displays unfold against the backdrop of those beautifully landscaped gardens. It sounds like a completely immersive experience.
Yeah.
Engaging all the senses and transporting audiences to a world of wonder and delight.
That's a wonderful way to put it.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that fireworks weren't just used for entertainment.
Right.
Where it points out that they were also used for propaganda and political purposes throughout history.
So fireworks could be used to project this image of power and grandeur.
Exactly.
To celebrate victories.
Yeah.
And even to convey political messages.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think of the elaborate firework displays that were commissioned to celebrate royal coronations or military triumphs. They were a visual display of national pride, strength, and authority, a way to impress and awe both citizens and foreign dignitaries.
Yeah, it's almost like a form of visual storytelling on a grand scale.
It was.
Using fireworks to shape public perception and reinforce political narratives.
Right.
Yeah, where it also discusses the cultural significance of fireworks in different parts of the world.
Yes.
Can you share some examples of the diverse ways fireworks are celebrated globally?
Yeah, fireworks have woven themselves into the fabric of celebrations and traditions around the world, taking on these unique meanings and symbolism in different cultures.
Okay.
For example, in China, where fireworks originated, they are an integral part of New Year's celebrations and other festivals, symbolizing the driving away of evil spirits and the ushering in of good fortune.
That's a beautiful tradition.
It is.
What other examples come to mind?
Well, the Yanshui Beehive Rocket Festival in Taiwan, which we mentioned earlier, is a truly unique and somewhat daring example.
Okay.
Participants believe that being hit by rockets brings good luck and wards off evil.
Wow.
So they wear protective gear and brave this barrage of rockets as part of this centuries-old tradition.
That's one way to bring in the new year.
Yeah.
What about other parts of the world?
Well, in India, fireworks are a central part of Diwali, the Festival of Lights, which celebrates the triumph of good over evil and light over darkness.
Right.
So the fireworks illuminate the night sky, symbolizing the victory of knowledge over ignorance and hope over despair.
It's incredible how fireworks can take on such diverse meanings and symbolism in different cultures.
It is.
From warding off evil spirits to celebrating religious festivals and showcasing national pride.
Right.
They seem to have this universal ability to connect us to something larger than ourselves.
They do.
But let's let's shift gears a bit and talk about the future of fireworks.
Correct.
With growing concerns about safety and environmental impact,
Right.
how do you think this ancient tradition will adapt?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
As awareness grows about the environmental impact of fireworks, there's this push towards developing quieter, more eco-friendly alternatives. Yeah. So some companies are experimenting with new chemical compositions and firing techniques to reduce noise and smoke pollution, aiming to minimize the impact on air quality and wildlife.
So it's about finding a balance.
It is.
Between preserving the tradition and spectacle of fireworks, while also being mindful of their impact on the environment and public health.
Absolutely.
Are there any other innovations on the horizon that might shape the future of fireworks?
Absolutely. One area of active research is the development of drone displays.
Okay.
Imagine swarms of synchronized drones, each equipped with LED lights, creating these stunning aerial displays that rival traditional fireworks in their beauty and complexity, but without the noise, the smoke, and the debris.
That sounds incredibly futuristic.
It is. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's almost like science fiction becoming a reality.
Yeah.
With drones replacing gunpowder as the driving force behind these dazzling spectacles.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what other technological advancements might emerge in the years to come.
Indeed. The world of fireworks is constantly evolving, blending tradition with innovation.
Yeah.
But alongside those technological advancements, there's also an increasing focus on safety regulations and responsible use.
Yeah, that makes sense. As fireworks displays become more elaborate and technologically sophisticated, it's crucial to ensure that they are conducted safely and responsibly to minimize risks to both participants and spectators.
Of course.
What are some of the ways that safety is being addressed?
Well, there are several key areas of focus.
Okay.
One is the development of electronically controlled firing systems that offer greater precision and reduce the risks associated with manual ignition.
Okay.
Another area is the ongoing research
into safer firework compositions.
Okay.
That are less prone to accidental ignition or misfires.
So it's a multi-pronged approach.
It is.
Combining technological advancements with stricter safety protocols and regulations to ensure that these celebrations remain as safe as possible.
That's the goal.
But it's not just about large-scale displays, is it?
No, you're right.
The debate about fireworks also extends to their use at private events and celebrations.
You're absolutely right. Those backyard fireworks that are a staple of many holidays and gatherings also come with their own set of safety concerns and potential for disturbance.
Right.
So some communities have implemented restrictions on the types of fireworks allowed, the times when they can be used, and the locations where they can be set off.
So it's about finding a balance between allowing people to enjoy this tradition while also mitigating the risks.
And minimizing the impact on neighbors and the environment.
Exactly.
It seems like education and responsible use are crucial.
They are.
Regardless of the scale of the display.
Absolutely.
Yeah, understanding the potential risks associated with fireworks and taking appropriate precautions is essential for ensuring that these celebrations remain safe and enjoyable for everyone.
It is.
Public awareness campaigns and clear safety guidelines can play a vital role in reducing accidents and encouraging responsible use.
That's right.
It sounds like a shared responsibility.
It is.
Firework manufacturers, regulators, event organizers, and individuals all have a role to play in ensuring that this tradition continues safely and responsibly.
Absolutely.
But let's not forget the other side of the equation, the artistry and cultural significance of fireworks.
Yeah.
In the final part of our deep dive, I'd love to explore how fireworks have inspired artists and writers throughout history and how they continue to captivate audiences around the world.
That's a fascinating topic.
Yeah.
From those grand Renaissance paintings depicting elaborate firework displays to the novels that use fireworks as metaphors for fleeting beauty and explosive emotions.
Right.
The influence of pyrotechnics on the arts is undeniable.
It sounds like fireworks have this unique ability
They do.
to capture the imagination and inspire creativity across a wide range of artistic mediums.
Yeah, they really do.
I'm excited to delve into that further in the next part of our deep dive.
I think you'll find it quite illuminating.
We've explored the dazzling history of fireworks, from their fiery origins to their modern-day spectacle.
Right.
But as with any powerful invention, there's a flip side to the story.
Yes.
It's time to kind of delve into the darker aspects of fireworks.
Right.
Those cautionary tales that remind us that progress isn't always a smooth, sparkling trajectory.
Absolutely. The history of fireworks is also marked by accidents, controversies, and ongoing debates about their place in modern society, It's a reminder that innovation often comes at a price.
Yeah.
And the pursuit of spectacle sometimes intersects with risk.
Yeah. And Warehart's book, it doesn't shy away from these darker chapters.
No, it doesn't.
He paints a pretty vivid picture of early firework production.
Right.
Which sounds, well, a bit like a recipe for disaster.
To put it mildly, in the 17th and 18th centuries, firework production was largely unregulated.
Mm-hmm.
Safety practices were, shall we say, far from the rigorous standards we have today.
Yeah.
Imagine gunpowder stored in open containers.
Wow.
Candles used for illumination.
Right.
And fireworks being dried near open fires.
It's almost unbelievable.
It was a very different time.
Yeah. It's no wonder accidents were so frequent.
Unfortunately, they were all too common. Where it recounts this tragic incident in 1720 involving John Brock, the founder of the famous Brock fireworks dynasty.
Right.
He and his daughter were killed in a factory explosion in Islington.
Oh wow.
It's a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in early firework production.
It's heartbreaking to think about.
It is.
And sadly, these weren't isolated incidents, were they?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, there were numerous reports of explosions at firework factories and workshops, often resulting in fatalities and significant damage.
Wow.
Another incident where it highlights is an explosion at Brock's Whitechapel factory in 1825.
Oh, okay.
Which caused this widespread damage and injured two young boys.
Yeah, it's a sobering reminder that even as the artistry and technology of fireworks advanced, the risks remain very real.
They did.
These tragedies really underscore the importance of regulations and safety protocols in firework production.
Absolutely. As the industry matured and the consequences of these accidents became more apparent, governments began to implement these stricter regulations. These included licensing requirements for manufacturers, safety inspections of facilities, and limits on the amount of explosives that could be stored in one place.
So it's a classic example of learning from hard-won lessons, often through tragedy.
It is, unfortunately. But even with stricter regulations, accidents can still happen, can't they?
Yeah, that's true.
The inherent risks associated with handling explosive materials can never be entirely eliminated.
Right.
Where it discusses this particularly devastating explosion in Enschede, Netherlands in 2000, which destroyed a large part of the city.
Wow.
And resulted in numerous casualties.
Yeah, it's a stark reminder that vigilance and continuous improvement in safety standards are absolutely essential.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a bit and talk about the broader debate surrounding the use of fireworks in modern society.
Okay.
It's a complex issue with valid points on both sides.
It is. The debate often centers around this balance between tradition and responsibility. On one side are those who argue that fireworks are an integral part of cultural celebrations. They bring joy and spectacle to communities. They highlight the long-standing traditions associated with firework displays and the economic benefits they bring to the industry and local communities.
It's true. There's something undeniably magical about a well-choreographed firework display.
Yes.
That shared sense of wonder and awe, the collective gasp of the crowd as those bursts of color illuminate the night sky. It's an experience that connects us to each other and to those who came before us.
Exactly. But on the other side of the debate are those who raise concerns about about safety, noise pollution, and the environmental impact of fireworks. They argue the fireworks pose a risk to public safety, especially in densely populated areas. They point to the noise pollution that can disrupt wildlife and disturb people, especially those with sensitivities or pets. And they highlight the environmental impact of fireworks, particularly air and water pollution from the smoke and debris they generate.
Yeah, those are all valid concerns.
They are.
And it seems like finding a middle ground, a way to balance those competing interests is key.
I agree. Where it discusses some of the emerging trends that are seeking to address these concerns, there's a growing movement towards quieter, more environmentally friendly fireworks, for example. Some companies are experimenting with new chemical compositions and firing techniques to reduce noise and smoke pollution. Yeah, they're aiming to minimize the impact on air quality and wildlife.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
It sounds like the fireworks industry is recognizing the need to adapt and innovate.
They are.
To address these concerns.
Yeah.
Are there any other trends that you think are worth mentioning?
Well, the increasing use of electronically controlled displays is another promising development. These displays offer greater precision and safety, allowing for more sophisticated choreography and minimizing the risks associated with manual ignition. And as we discussed earlier, drone displays are emerging as a potential alternative to traditional fireworks, offering this visually stunning and potentially more sustainable option.
It's fascinating to see how technology is being harnessed to address these challenges while still preserving the spectacle and artistry of fireworks.
It's a really interesting balance.
Yeah, but ultimately it seems like it comes down to responsible use and thoughtful consideration of the potential impacts.
It does.
Both positive and negative.
Absolutely. And that responsibility extends to everyone involved. Firework manufacturers, regulators, event organizers, and individuals.
Yeah, public awareness campaigns and clear safety guidelines can play a crucial role in educating people about the risks.
They can.
And encouraging responsible use.
Absolutely.
So it's a shared responsibility.
It is.
A collective effort to ensure that this tradition can continue safely and responsibly.
Precisely.
It's about finding that balance. Celebrating the artistry and spectacle of fireworks while also being mindful of their potential impacts and taking steps to mitigate those risks.
Absolutely. Well, we've journeyed through the history of fireworks, exploring their explosive origins, their evolution as a form of entertainment and art, their cultural significance around the world, and the ongoing debate about their place in modern society. It's been a truly illuminating deep dive.
It has.
Yeah, it's a testament to the enduring power of fireworks. It's their ability to captivate and inspire us. To spark our imaginations and to connect us to our shared human history.
Absolutely.
So the next time you find yourself gazing up at a sky ablaze with color and light, remember the centuries of innovation, artistry, and yes, even the cautionary tales that have shaped this captivating spectacle.
It's a rich and complex history.
It is, yeah.
We hope this deep dive has given you a newfound appreciation for the fascinating and complex world of fireworks.
I hope so.
And perhaps it's also sparked a curiosity to learn more about the cultural traditions and the ongoing conversations surrounding fireworks in your own community.
I think that's a great takeaway.
Thanks for joining us on this explosive journey. Until next time, keep those sparklers shining and your celebrations safe.